We next go to the distinguished gentleman from Denton, Texas. The gentleman, Mr. Gill, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for holding this hearing. And I'd like to also say thank you to the witnesses for taking the time and coming here. Mr. Bagdoy, I'll start with you. A recent report by the GAO found that for fiscal years 2017 through 2024, DoD reported about $10.8 billion in confirmed fraud. The report went on to say, quote, "The full extent of fraud affecting DoD is not known, but is potentially significant." Do you have a monetary estimate of the fraud that takes place annually within the DoD, perhaps beyond that number?
I do not. And actually, the figure you quoted is for all fraud around DoD, not just procurement. The recovered amount that is about $7 billion over a number of years is for procurement. So those are two different sets of numbers. Plus, for the confirmed fraud, we did notice, and I believe the IG may have flagged this as well, that DoD reported the same figure, $2.4 billion, for 2 consecutive fiscal years. So that raises some questions about the reliability of what's been reported. I believe in the past, the OIG has questioned the process of arriving at those types of numbers. So I would urge some caution in using those numbers, but they do represent what is basically known through adjudication. So they have to be detected first, investigated, then adjudicated. So we have no idea what is being missed.
If you were to guess, would you guess that total fraud at the DoD is higher than that number?
I would suspect it is, yes.
And how many open recommendations issued by the GAO are there that would improve financial management within the DoD?
For financial management, I will have to get back to you on fraud risk management based on the 3 reports that I've been responsible over the last 6 years or so. We still have 13 open recommendations. We are expecting responses from DoD, as I mentioned before, throughout June and into next month. We just sent over the list of priority recommendations to the Secretary of Defense, Mr. Hegseth, for his personal attention. And so that letter will be made public early next week.
Got it.
So,
but either way, it's a substantial number.
It is a substantial number. The risks are immediate, so delaying implementation exacerbates that risk.
Why do you think they have delayed implementation, and how long should it take for the DoD to implement some of the recommendations that have been given to them?
Yeah. To be fair, it does take time to do this and to do it right. But we have encountered pretty significant delays, I think, over time that may reflect lack of attention, lack of urgency, lack of priority. That is speculative on my part, but it is consistent with what we've encountered with other agencies.
Got it. Thank you. And Mr. Mayo, a couple questions for you. The DoD Inspector General has identified 17 scope-limiting weaknesses that are significant roadblocks to the DoD's clean audit opinion goal. What steps do you think the DoD can take or needs to take to obtain a clean audit by 2028?
Sir, that's a great question and really outside my my expertise. I would submit I can go back to the audit component and get some data for you and get back to you on that.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back the remainder of my time.
Gentleman yields back his time. I'd like to, if I can, answer one of the questions that the distinguished gentleman asked, because we have 2 witnesses who are trying to professionally represent not only themselves but the departments, GAO and the IGs. The bottom line is that there's plenty of documentation that shows that DoD, at least over a period of several years, said it's not a problem. The things you bring to us is not a problem. We're not going to even take this conversation further. And so that is the conversation that both of these gentlemen are operating under. And the hope is now with a new administration, a new secretary, that there will be an emphasis not only on attempting to do something, but be willing to opening up their eyes to the recommendations that have come from professional groups like GAO and inspector generals. And so it's not a matter of them wanting to do or not do. They deny its existence. And this is the part why both these gentlemen literally came out of their chairs yesterday in my office when we pulsed this issue. And so I want you to know that your line of questioning is most instructive. They also were trying to be very polite back to you. So that's in defense of these young men. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Yields back his time.